Hello and welcome back to chapter 5, lecture number 49. So we created this read object, and what I'd like to do in this lecture is joining all the parts together and make some read variation. So we'll do that by just left click and select all of these objects and press Ctrl J. So now we have one object and two materials. So we have the transparent image on the top and the leaves on the bottom. Alright, so you can see the origin is right there, so we need to go to the wireframe, select everything and put this one on the bottom. Very important you do that. Alright, so let's start making a duplication, and very key, oh yeah, it's called read. Just check that. I want to select the top flower and just make it look random with a different image, and just check in the material settings if it's fitting the root. Well, that's doing well, and rotate this a little bit and just grab some of these on the tip, these strands, and make deformations. You can do this in the particle system, but the best result is always on the core, and I'm making very small additions. Alright, proportional editing is your best friend for these kind of actions. Oh, needs to be curvy. Alright, so a little bit more hardcore changes is go to the wireframe, select the top, press O, proportional editing. You want to just make this look a little bit curved. Nice. So grab the root and we select the top image, just flip it. Let's have it. Doesn't really make any sense, but proportional editing, and we make this curvy. Nice, and rotate this, and I want one more, and you can also just remove some of these strands and lower some, and they shouldn't float in just outer space. Alright, I think we're cool. And this is going to be, no, just make it, needs to be realistic. Just make it curved, and we're going to make it looks curvy. I like it. So grab that one. And we're doing it the other way. And same for the third one. You don't want to have these straight looking objects. The more randomness, the better it looks. Alright. And that one needs some work as well. I love it. So let's put these into collection. So we have, let's do some organization, the nature. And I want to put this in a different nature collection. So new, and there's nature 5. And this is called, we already have the read large, but it's not included. Oh, we just need to copy them. And now we're finished. So left click, shift left click, shift left click, shift left click, and right mouse click and move to collection, and nature read large, and now it's fitting the read large. Perfect. Alright, so you can remove these. It's just empty planes, and I want to go back to the terrain, so open it. There is our terrain, and I want to see that building as well. Just disable the main props, a little bit annoying. And I want to see the trees. Alright, camera view. So I want to add these read objects on the side of the pool. So left click on the terrain and we go to the object data. We go for a new vertex group and call this read underscore tall. Oh, that's caps. There we go. Pretty good. Weight paint. So I like to see these on. Come on. We need to add some weight on the areas. And right there. And I like to stop around this area and continue on this part. And we want to have some over there. And there as well. Perfect. So let's take a look, because the reason I do not add these right there is because I want to have some look through so we can see the reflection on the water. Otherwise the water will be fully covered with reed and we don't want that. Alright, so we have a read tall vertex group. So we toggle to the particle system, we go for a new one. We're not going to copy one, just read tall. And that one as well. Alright, so we want to have hair. Let's start with an amount of 500. And we have one to randomness. And let's change path to collection. And we want to have the read large. And there it is. So go to the rotation. Oh, we need to go to advanced, and then rotation is right there. And it should be the y-axis. Perfect. Add some little bit of rotation. Just a little bit. Not that much. Vertex group. And read tall. Lovely. We need to do some scaling on the read, probably. This is just a quick test. No, we don't want that for. That's on the ends of the weight paint, it will be smaller, but for these read, I don't think that will be worth it. So what we will do is enable read large. Wow, 1 shift left 3 and scale this. So the scaling in this scene is not the best. So, and hide it. Control A, rotation and scale. That's very important. You keep that action. Alright, we hide it and we continue to work on the read. So it's now right there, and I want to have more randomness. So just a bit more of the rotation. Not that much, just very smooth. And scale randomness, just a little bit. And we want to add a texture. Same with the Veroni. I mean, you know the drill. It's read tall underscore far. And we're going to go for the Veroni. Just check. This is displacement. Whew. Just check you do a click read tall, otherwise you change your displacement on the terrain. It will make a horrible looking scene. And now we can change it to Veroni, just a very small one. And down, we want to have the influence, turn that off. General time, you want to have hair length, it will have effect. I think it's already pretty good. Just a bit more strength on the colors. 1.2. Yeah, that only has effect if I enable and disable it. For some reason it's sort of not accurate. And let's take a look. I want to have more. Let's go for 800. Well, that's a lot. And taller. Yeah, we have very tall read. Alright. It looks no, a bit smaller. just looking to the farmhouse, and it feels like it's covered by the reed, and maybe 700 fits better. I mean, it's just gigantic reed. Good. So I won't go for a render because I want to add a small reed as well, and then we hit render and going to fine tune a little bit. Otherwise we do render, and it takes a lot of time, and I'll try to avoid that a little bit. So yeah, see you in the next lecture where we continue with a small reed. All right, bye bye.